Hello, you beautiful lot. We are live. We are live. Everybody's favourite rock star. How you doing tonight? Don't look like we got anyone in at the minute. I'm sure that'll change soon. Hello, first viewer. I'm just sharing the link out. Just sharing it out on X. It was a bit of an off-the-cuff stream, to be honest. I've had a really good day. Hello, Adam. Basilisk, how you doing, mate? He is up on Twitter now. Hello, hello. Yeah, I had a good day today. Let's get this sorted a bit. There we go, it's better. Look at that mess behind me. I had a good day. What have you been up to today? I'm eating spring rolls. Thank you for tuning in. My drink of choice tonight is Dr. Pepper. I'm just holding on. Up early or going to bed late? Going to bed late. I just got home. I've been working all night. So I thought I'd come home and do a little stream for you lovely people. Yeah, I got after the success of the Scab Report, my last documentary exposing some little people, the channel's doing better. I got more subs now. I made a lot more friends as well. Bonding over dweebs. I've got another Scab Report coming up soon. I am working on it as we speak. This one's not to do with Comicsgate. It's more international, more to do with like current affairs and world news, stuff like that. But it should be pretty good. It should match the quality of my last Scab Report. Life's looking up for Jonny. Everything's getting better. Right, we've got 3 people watching. Basilisk is the only one who wants to chat. What are you lurkers up to tonight? You other 2 lurkers. Good to hear, mate. Thanks, mate. I hope you're doing all right. What have you been up to lately? Anything interesting? Working? Quiet time of the morning, isn't it? Jonny the Reptilian's in. I'm waiting for a few more people to come in. Not that it matters. I haven't got much planned for this show. I did want to tell you, well, I'll let you lot know, my next scab report is about, sorry, I've got bits of spring roll in my teeth. Yeah, my next scab report is about the rise. I'm going to be taking a deep look into the rise of Islam in the UK and the world and Europe. Because I don't know if a lot of you know, you obviously will, Adam, that, well, I suppose the world knows really, England's pretty much taken over. We've almost been Islamified. And I've been doing a lot of reporting lately, getting some inside knowledge. Because it will lead to a civil war sooner or later. You got all these SJWs saying, oh, not every Muslim's bad. And that might be the case. But the religion is bad. Still plenty more of us, mate, yeah. Hopefully, mate. Thing is, right, my argument against the people that say, oh, yeah, but not all Muslims are bad. Some of them are all right. And that might be the case at the moment. But when it comes to the crunch, right, and those nice Muslims have got to choose between taking your side or taking the not so nice Muslim side, they're going to take the not so nice Muslim side, aren't they? Rather than a Christian or an atheist. You got to nip it in the bud. Even the good ones can turn bad. They're indoctrinated. It's in their religion. They're told to do it. And I'm not denying, I've had a few friends that were of Muslim faith. Most of them left Islam. Like Bosch Falston, right? Like my mate Abu Khan. Muslims that have seen the light. Muslims that know the atrocities of Islam. Hello, thanks for tuning in. This is just a little Jonny Talks Jive. As I was just saying to my other viewers, I'm going to be doing another scab report soon about the rise of Islam. Be very in depth, very in depth. Hello, a fourth viewer. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, I've been out all day. I just got back. I've been doing a bit of work. Been writing stuff as well for the next album. A lot of people forget that. People assume that I'm just famous through Comicsgate, but that's not the case. Comicsgate's like a hobby to me, really. I've been online a long time, since probably like 2012, 2013. I've been in a few online communities. You can find my internet history. I'm traceable. Go look on Facebook, Jonny Octavius Scab. right? I've got other things I've got to do, right? You might know me from mailing mysteries and my little cartoons and my jokes and my clipping. But the truth is, those are small things, really, in my life. When I get free time, I'm writing music for the band, sorting out tours and gigs. I'm basically the manager as well now. Now Jack the Fish has disappeared. He used to manage all our gigs. Then he disappeared on a mushroom trip with a dwarf hooker. He left us to it. We just got our hands tied with the current government, says Adam. Yeah. The current government. If you can even call them a government. Disgusting creatures, aren't they? Excuse me, where are my manners? Oh, it really is quiet tonight. Really is quiet. I was thinking the other day, right, how much the world has changed since I was a little kid. Since I was a little scrot growing up in Manchester. I see kids running around nowadays and I think, you poor little bastards, you poor little bastards, you're never gonna have the childhood that we had. It's been robbed from you. It's been stolen, a whole generation. You see, ever since the 90s, the world's been going downhill, right? Just constantly downhill. I remember growing up, right, in the 70s and 80s, and the world was your oyster. Things seemed like you could do anything, you know what I mean? There weren't loads of different migrants on the streets and all these crimes and rapes and grooming gangs. Yeah, sure, we had migration. We had migration in the 70s and 80s, but they were usually cool people like Christians, Jamaican Christians and people like African Christians, Indians, like proper Indians, like from India. And they helped sort of make our country after that era, after like the Second World War, 50s onwards, I'd say. But when they say that England is a nation of immigrants, it's not true. It's not true. We're very pure-blooded, right? Sure, we got invaded by the French, right? But the bulk of our citizens are Celtic and Saxon, right? Or Viking. Those three things mixed together, Celtic, Saxon and Viking. And that is the blood of our nation. That is the original people that belong here, right? It's not like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. We didn't have black Saracens over here, not in medieval times. You would have been really, really hard to find a black person in England. Maybe like, I don't know, yeah, maybe as a slave or something. But it wasn't till the modern day, like the 1900s, when black people started coming over here en masse. You know what I mean? We are a naturally Saxon, Celtic, Viking nation, and that ain't racist. Just because all of those races happen to be white, that ain't our fault, is it? You can't rewrite history. You can't take away history, right? Because that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to breed us out, you see. You ain't got that problem in America yet. You probably think it's a bit of a joke. But when you think of it like this, right? Britain, England, or Britain even, right? We're about the size of one of your states. Just a state. Not like the United States, just one state, right? And you think of all the people, all the English people that live there, we've probably got close to a few mil, right? Probably more than that actually. But imagine a third, right? So take a state in America, a state, and imagine a third of that state is replaced with Muslims. A third of the population, if not half. That is what England is like. That is what our country is like. Not just a state. That is what our country is like. All right. We're almost down to like half the native population here, because a lot of the British are just fucking off. A lot of them are going to America, Spain, anywhere where there ain't migrants. All the countries that are pushing the migrants away. They ruins it. They ruins it for everyone. And eventually, what will happen, right? What will happen eventually is we'll come to heads. We'll clash, right? There will be a civil war. There already is. It's just not announced. I've got mates, including myself. We're out daily, right? Daily spreading the word, fighting the evil that is Islam, claiming back our streets from these evil barbarians. And our government love them, right? Our government love the division. They love the division, right? They want all the white people in England to be seen as racists, right? You can't have a patriotic march over here, because if you have a patriotic march, even if you're not violent or racist or whatever, just waving a Union Jack, you're seen as a right-wing thug, right? Imagine that in America, right? Someone calls you a Nazi just because you've got the stars and stripes hanging on your porch. In our country, you'd be called a Nazi for that. Make that make sense, right? Make that make sense. It's fucking ridiculous. They're so retarded, aren't they, the left? They call everyone Nazis, right? And the British patriots, the ones that they're calling Nazis, and the American patriots, the ones that they're calling Nazis, were the fucking people that fought the Nazis in the Second World War. Make that make sense. I don't get it. The left have become everything they claim to hate. They're just fascists. Fascist fucks. That's all they are. I started off a bit left when I was young. You can't really help it coming from Manchester. It's a very left, wokey type city. And yeah, I'm not scared to admit it, because I was stupid when I was young. Yeah, I was a liberal. Not like a woke liberal, mind you, like a decent liberal, like a classic liberal. I still am to some extent. But over the years, it just our governments and our migration in our country being fucked, it just wears you down. It turned someone like me, who was quite left leaning, to be honest. I'd say I was pretty close to the left, right? It turned someone like me to the total opposite scale, right? You see, when punk started out in the 70s, it was majority, it was a leftist movement sort of thing, right? Most punks were lefties, most of them. The ones that were like Nazis and patriots, they used to get like beat up and stuff. They were called like boneheads. right? And skin punks and stuff like that. But yeah, the punk movement in general was pretty left, right? And then you notice all the cool punks as they got older, like your Joe Strummers, your Johnny Rottens, right? All the intelligent ones moved further and further to the right, right? There's a point where Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols, right? John Lydon, he was probably as left as you could get back in the day, right? He was an anarchist, he was a bit of a rebel, but he was a lefty, right? Nowadays, you look at John Lydon. Hello, the UK. Hello, Samba Bogo. Samba Go. Yeah, like you look at John Lydon now, and he's very conservative. He's very he loves Britain. He's very patriotic. And people think that like God save the Queen and all that. That wasn't dissing. That wasn't dissing the Queen. That was a big up to England, really. You got to read deeper into it. Born of Pirates. Yes, Sam agreed. Yes, Sam agreed. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a big war soon. It's going to be a big war. And I'm going to have to be one of the people out leading it. Because in my area, I'm like one of the rebel leaders, right? Like the reverse Antifa, I guess you'd call it. And I'm not looking forward to it, but it's going to happen because our government ain't sorting it out. They're not sorting out the things we want. They want us to fight, if anything. I think they want us. They want us to go out so they can make us look like Nazis, like what they want us to be. They're riling it up. It's like rage baiting, you see. And sooner or later, it's like my theory, innit? My theory. The bucket theory, right? If you're filling up a bucket, you got to watch it or it'll overfill, right? Drop by drop, you fill up a bucket. Take your eyes off of it, it'll tip over, overflow, right? And that's what's happening with our nation. We've been dripping people in, drip by drip by drip by drip. People just stopped looking. People didn't keep guard, or they knew it was happening and didn't give a fuck. Now, right? Do you know what the most popular baby name is in Britain now for new babies being born? It's not a good old English name. It's not like Charlie or William or Jonathan. No. Have a guess what it is. Can anyone in the chat tell me what the most popular baby name is in Britain now for newborn babies? It won't shock you. I'll give you 1 minute and then I'll tell you, all right? If anyone wants to put it in there. Yeah, Born of Pirates. There you go. Mohammed, right? Born of Pirates on the ball. Everybody knows, right? Yeah, Mohammed. That is the most popular baby name in Britain now, right? And do you not find that like disgusting? Those of you out there, British, American, especially you Americans, I mean, you come from Europe, you come from us, right? Somewhere down the line, we're related, we're your ancestors, and we're just getting fucked over here. We're just getting bred out. You ain't going to have any history left once we're gone. America will be the last bastion of the white race, of European people. And I didn't mean that in a Nazi way. Like, I'm not a white supremacist, but I am half white, so I'm a bit of both, and I love both. You know what I mean? I'm not like biased, but I'm still very proud of my Saxon and Celtic roots. You know what I mean? I've got Caribbean roots, but I'm very proud of my Celtic and Saxon roots on my mother's side. Warrior roots, I call them, right? Because if you look back on my mother's side of the family, it goes like further up north, like Scottish stuff like that. Like, I've got a bit of Scottish in my blood, bit of Scottish Celt. I never wore a kilt though. I always wanted to. Feels breezy, I expect. Air out the old balls, let them hang a bit. A kilt in a sporran. A sporran's like a little purse that they wear. Anything but Welsh, yeah, agreed. Well, although I probably have got a bit of Welsh in me somewhere as well. Not all the Welsh are bad, to be fair. A few of them are alright. But yeah, they're probably the most annoying, I'd say. Apart from the Irish, probably the most annoying of the Celts. For accents, like, I get on with the Scots. Like they're like proper lads, you know what I mean? You can understand them after a while. Yeah. Mohammed. You're going to call your kids Mohammed? The death of England has begun, people. The death of England has begun. Don't leave us to rot. We need Trump. We need someone to come over here and get rid of Keir Starmer. By force, if necessary. Which it pretty much is. He knows he's bad. He knows he's doing wrong. And he's still trying to ride it out right to the last death. We urgently need a new Maggie. We do. Rupert Lowe. Rupert Lowe's our only hope at the minute. Forget about Farage. He's been compromised. Don't trust Farage. You want Rupert Lowe. He's the man. He's the only one that's going to help us at the minute. Agree or disagree. Aim high, vote low. Yeah, exactly. That is the man. That's the man we need, people. If we want to change England properly, deportations. He's even on about bringing back the death penalty. I fucking love that. Right? A couple of years ago, I wouldn't have agreed with mass deportations. But they wore me away, you see. That is the problem. That is the problem. Splitting votes. That is the problem. Because Farage is too stubborn to bow down to Rupert Lowe. Really, what they need to do, you need Farage. What's that other party? The one, Nick Tenconi, the Christian guy. You need Farage and Nick Tenconi to bend the knee to Rupert Lowe and join his party and make a super party. That's what you need. It's the only way it's going to work. They need to bend the knee, but they're not going to do it because Farage thinks he's better than Rupert Lowe, even though he's not. He's an utter mong, really. At least Rupert Lowe's a proper Englishman. Reform is containment. Yeah, Farage just says, yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're not going to get anything done. Farage just wants to slime his way in, just like Keir Starmer did. Oh, you can trust me. I'm the average man. I'll come down the pub and have a pint with you. That's how Farage won the hearts of the British people, just because he acted like a bit of a lager lout. And don't get me wrong, I thought Farage was good to begin with. He had some good ideas. He had some good views. But Europe got to him. Europe corrupted him. He's more bothered about money now and being powerful. Rupert Lowe actually cares about this nation. He's like a Jacob Rees-Mogg of a man, right? Jacob Rees-Mogg, conservative politician. People take the piss out of him, say he's really posh and like stupidly out of touch, right? But he's a brilliant politician, and you know what else he is? He is an amazing patriot, right? He loves this country more than more than most of the politicians in Parliament. And he's a conservative. People take the piss out of him. People say, "Oh yeah, he could be prime minister." He don't want to be prime minister, but if he was prime minister, he'd be one of the best ones we ever had. He'd probably be like another Churchill. And I could see like Rupert Lowe being like that if he gets given the chance to get in. I guess a lot of the politics in a lot of the countries is like is all fucked up at the minute, isn't it? It was going on in Iran. You know the crazy thing, right? Trump's gone to liberate Iran, and I think that's great. And I've got a lot of Iranian mates that love it as well. But the lefties over here in England, they're moaning at Trump, right? They're saying, "Oh, Trump bombed Iran, killed 153 women," right? They fail to recognise that until Trump went over there, right, and killed 153 women they claim, right? They don't acknowledge the thousands and thousands and thousands of women that were dying under the Islamic regime, right? Before Trump went over there. You're just going to ignore all that, are you? Because they're Muslims, they're allowed to mistreat women. You're cool with that, yeah? But when Trump goes in to liberate these poor people and accidentally kills some people, like you do in bombings, it happens. You can't judge if everyone's good or bad, right? They blame him for killing women. I mean, they're just fickle, aren't they? Fickle. The Islamic Iranian regime has probably killed hundreds and thousands of women, you know what I mean? Or if they ain't killed them, they mistreat them, they beat them, they do all sorts of shit, animalistic shit, barbarian shit, stuff that don't need to be in this modern world, right? Unevolved nonsense. Being a die-hard leftist is a sign of low IQ. It is. It is. And I'm not even saying that to wind up the left. It is. They're thick, aren't they? They're just. I think they've all been indoctrinated. They're all brainwashed. They've been eating something, probably too much soy, right? They've been eating something. They're all zombies. And the normal people that are woke, that have woken up, not woke people, the normal British people that have woken up, we're seen as the baddies. We're seen as the bad guys because we want our country back. They gunned down 20,000 plus 2 months ago, and the media turned a blind eye. Exactly, right? And they got the audacity to moan at Trump for liberating them. Right? It's not even the Iranians moaning. It's white British people protesting against it. I mean, fuck off home. It's nothing to do with you, is it? It's disgusting. Horrible little rats, little sellouts, enablers. They're the people that are punished the worst, right? When the right do take control again, and there's civil war out on the streets, and the right wing are fighting the left wing, right? It's not the Muslims and stuff I'm going to go for first. No, oh no. It's going to be the people of my colour, my citizens that were meant to be on my side that betrayed their own country. The enablers, the little slimy soy boys, the little Islama lovers, right? You're all going first. You're the ones, you're worse. You're worse than Islam because you're enabling it. You're on the list, right? And all the patriots, they'll be coming for you before they come for the Islamists. because you're little rats. So remember that. And he left his out there watching. I pray to Comicsgate 5 times a day. Fucking hell, good luck to you. I wouldn't pray to that. That's a fucking shambles as well. Pray to Comicsgate. Half of them don't even know what they are. I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong, I love certain artists and backers in Comicsgate. A lot of you lot are from Comicsgate. I've got no problem with you. But it's so unorganised, isn't it? They don't even gatekeep it, do they? I mean, that sounds bad, but you need to. Because what happens with Comicsgate that I noticed, it's so easy for people to claim Comicsgate, right? There's no way, there's no channel to go through to be official. You can just say you're Comicsgate, right? And then what happens is you get some shit comic book artist, right, who thinks he's amazing, and no one's got the balls. Everyone in Comicsgate, apart from people like John Malin and Ethan, haven't got the balls to tell another Comicsgate artist that their work's shit, right? Because they think, oh, they're Comicsgate, we got to back them. Right? They ain't got the balls. Not every Comicsgate artist who claims Comicsgate and makes some shitty little comic deserves Comicsgate's money, all right? At the end of the day. That's how I see it. It's too easy, isn't it? I mean, if that happens, right, if we say that you back every fucking, you get Ethan and all the big Comicsgate shows backing every fucking comic that comes out, right, under Comicsgate, whether it's good or bad, you're lowering the standard, right? You're lowering the standard and you're not giving the customers what you promised them. You're doing an Eric July. At the end of the day, right, it might be a nice idea, right? Everyone thinking, oh, I could make a comic, I could do a comic. But some of you can, all right, and you never will. You'll never have the skill that people have got naturally. You're born with drawing skill, right? You can learn it to an extent, but you're born with talent. And I think I've gone off on a proper rant there, and I think things like this, something so precious like the Comicsgate community, that is an important movement, needs to be gate kept better. Because otherwise you're going to end up with loads of horrible little cunts in there, like Stimulated Cynic, just ruining the whole scene for everyone. That's just an example. There's loads of them, right? There's probably, I couldn't even count them all on two hands. Long gone are the days when loads of people backed pretty much any book associated with CG. The book has to look good. I don't think so. See, I don't think so. I've seen some absolute terrible books being promoted by CG. Terrible books. Even some that were plagiarist, right? What was that one? That 6-gun gorilla, right? Remember that? Who done that? Was it Christgau or someone like that? 6-gun gorilla. Long time. I can't remember his name now. But that wasn't even his book. He bootlegged it. He nicked it off of a First World War comic. Stay away from children. Yeah. Yeah. Well, children love me. Uncle Jonny. I got loads of mates with kids. Stay away from children. Yeah, I don't think children should be in Comicsgate. There's a lot of them in there, isn't there? That's the thing. When you start letting little kids in as well, online in general, I don't think kids should be online. I back PTP's first Johnny Phantasm book, Never Again. Oh, God. Some artists seem to be like kind of pyramid scheme work. Yeah, I get you. That is what they see it like. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. We need better quality, I think. Better quality. Better quality in our community. And talking of gatekeeping, I'm about to do it now. I am the gatekeeper. I am the gatekeeper. We'll try 24 hours for that one. There you go. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm a bit disillusioned, with the whole movement of Comicsgate. Yeah, shilling books just because they want, right? Like CG Church and stuff like that, right? And even Katie did to some extent. They'll invite any old swaggard on their show, anyone who claims CG. You're taking the eliteness away. You're taking the coolness away, right? Like Jonny likes things that are cool. I'm a punk rocker. Once it becomes commercial, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'll find some other community. And it seems like it's a bunch of crap to me at the minute. You've got your amazing artists, people like the Mailings and the Shane Davis, Gilmores and stuff like that. Tuttles and things. There's actually some good comic books coming out, to be fair. But I'd say for every one in three or 1 in 4 comic books in Comicsgate, anyone could make. You know what I mean? They're basically rip-averse quality. If that can even be called quality. Like anyone now, if you wanted to, right, you could make a comic book on an AI program, like what Eric July does. And I guarantee you, most of these cheesy little Comicsgate shows will promote you just because you claim to be CG. Go for it, give it a go. And that's what we've lost. That's what they've lost. Right? There's no eliteness. There's no specialness. There's no drawl to want to be in CG anymore because you let in too many dweebs, too many SJWs, too many slimy little grifters that aren't here for the comic books. They're here to get their YouTube channels up, and they're here to get friends and get popular. When you get genuine people like me that come along to Comicsgate, find it cool and just do loads of shit for nothing, like for free, basically promoting Mailing just for nothing, just because I liked him and I liked his artwork. You don't get many people like that. No catch with me, right? Most people got a catch. They got a look at Camel Moon, right? Camel Moon came in. Yeah, I'm gonna make a DVD about you all. Fucking tries charging you all to buy it, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? Realness doesn't come around that often, right? There's only a few of us, in the Comicsgate community. And the real artists know it as well. You'd be shocked if I showed you some of my inboxes from some of the amazing A-list artists in Comicsgate telling you their real opinions on some of these people. You'd be shocked. Camel Moon with a Blu-ray overpriced wristwatch. Yeah. To be honest, when I started getting quite active in the Comicsgate community. Camel Moon had already just about fucked off. He was like just leaving as I came in. A lot of people were calling me the new Camel Moon. Obviously, I'm better, but I suppose I kind of filled that void. There's no one like Jonny. Prove me wrong. Go and find someone else who's like me. Never happen, would it? Well, we've got 6 viewers now. Been going for 44 minutes. I'll probably stay on a little bit longer with you. For those of you that didn't tune in earlier in the show, I was telling the viewers about my new scab report. After the great success of my critically acclaimed scab report, the last one I released a few days ago, go check it out on my channel if you haven't already seen it. After the great success of it and all the subs it got me and the money it's making me on my channel, then I am going to be making a new scab report. And it's not about anything to do with Comicsgate this time. It's about the rise of Islam in the world, the takeover, basically in Europe, UK, America. An in-depth documentary, an in-depth look, hopefully with some special guests as well. My opinion on it and some of the atrocities that I've seen personally and some of my experiences on the streets fighting against these people should be an interesting one. I know everyone likes seeing me go deep and basically kick dwarfs and stuff like that, own people, because that's what Jonny does, isn't it? I just own them. Anyone that comes at me, you know what I mean? They give me loads of like false propaganda, don't they? They keep going, oh, Johnny's his mate Kamikaze. All right, fucking hell, how old's that one? That's all they got, you see. Oh, and I've got bad teeth. Oh, wow. Like all English people ain't got bad teeth. So original. That'll get mass flagged. Probably will. Probably will. But you know what it'll also get? Samba. A lot of attention. A lot of attention. And I'll be doing it in a safe way anyway. I might even upload it to my Rumble as well. Yes, I am on Rumble. I don't use it much, but I have got a Rumble account. I don't think I've ever gone live on it though. I don't think I know how. Because Rumble ain't got a proper app, has it, like YouTube? You've got to do it all through like a website. It's weird. I like doing things through an app most of the time. Yeah. To be fair, Samba, basically every video on my channel gets mass flagged. I make someone cry in every video. That's just who I am. I bet you thousands of people have tried to take me down. Thousands of them. They all hate me. That's what you get, right? When you're like one of England's greatest rock stars, a comedian, an all-round personality, celebrity, reporter, model, actor, you get a lot of jealousy. You get a lot of jealousy. It happens. It's not easy being England's best rock star, the one that everyone loves, with the personality. I mean, Mick Jagger ain't got nothing on me, has he? Would you sit here and have a talk with Mick Jagger like you're talking to Jonny? He'd probably fall asleep on you in about 10 minutes. Do it the Sargon way, communicating in a smart way that avoids. Yeah, I got you, Samba. I've got people that help me legally. Don't worry, I got things sorted. I've actually, believe it or not, I've actually got two people that run my YouTube channel, like all the business side of it and all the copyright claims and stuff. Because I'm not like computer savvy, so I leave it to my manager and one of my mates. They go through and they sort it all out. We've got 8 people, right? 8 people watching. 7 now. One just died. Rest in peace. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a ridiculously stupid time, right? It's 10 to 6 in the morning over here in England. 10 to 6. I'm wide awake. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, so misunderstood. I love Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, Iron Brew. Yeah, they're my 2 go-to drinks at the minute. Dr. Pepper just tastes like a spicy Coke. It's got a weird spice in it, hasn't it? I'm going to be doing another thing as well in the future, a couple of weeks. I miss McDonald's root beer. Wow, you could buy root beer in McDonald's. We don't get that here. When I go to Spain, I fly over to Spain sometimes. When I go there, their McDonald's are beautiful, right? English McDonald's, don't go in there. It's disgusting. Especially if you're American, right? And you come to England, don't try McDonald's here. It's disgusting. It's all fake, processed shit, right? Only Mackie deserve is a brekkie event. Yeah, the breakfasts aren't bad. But yeah, the McDonald's in Spain, right? They're like spot on. You can buy beer in there as well. In the European ones, you could buy a beer with your meal. The burgers are proper beef, like I imagine them in America. I've never tried an American McDonald's, but I imagine them to be nice, good meat, right? Over here, it's all fake. It's all horrible. We got a thing in England as well. It's like a bakery, right? A famous bakery chain called Greg's, right? And that's quite good. You might want to try that, right? If you come to England, for a cheap bakery, it's actually got good quality. Cool. Never tried a proper root beer. What exactly is a root beer? Is it like ginger beer? We get a thing in England called ginger beer, and it's like made of a ginger root. And we get shandy as well, which is like non-alcoholic beer or like really low alcoholic. It's probably got like 1%. That's what we give kids in pubs, right? It's called shandy. It'll be like that much lager and lemonade or something like that most of the time. But yeah, kids can drink that in pubs over here, shandy, because it's got like 1%. It's nothing. Dandelion and burdock. Ugh. No, I couldn't drink that. That's me gone. A bit antiseptic mouthwash. Oh, lovely. Sounds like something Bjorn would drink. Antiseptic mouthwash. Do you know Bjorn actually drank a whole bottle of mouthwash? I was fucking amazed. Right? I was pissed off as well. Because believe it or not, it was mine. I do brush my teeth and wash my mouth. And he drank my whole bottle, right? Brand new as well. Brand new bottle. He thought it was like some cocktail or something. Because I left it by the sink in my kitchen. He said, John, that cocktail was fucking horrible. I said, what cocktail, Bjorn? What do you want about? I ain't even got any beer in the house. And he goes, the blue cocktail you left on the sink. You mean my bottle of mouthwash? Fucking hell. Bjorn will drink anything, especially when he's drunk already. Like, if you bring him somewhere and he's already drunk, he'll be like looking for like, he'd sniff an alcohol wipe if you give it to him. I've never been an alcoholic like that. I've never been into beer that much. Being part Jamaican, I'm more like into this, really. It'll probably be the death of me. There'll be marijuana plants growing out of my grave. Because when I know I'm about to die, right, I'm going to swallow loads of seeds. Or like put them under my skin somewhere. Like cut little holes and just pop little marijuana seeds in my skin. So when I do die and I start decaying and little shoots sprout up, I have a crate of Monster Energy drink with a large bottle of Smirnoff vodka. Wow. Monster Energy. I used to drink that. I used to drink that for a while. It made me ill. It made me feel ill. Like I used to get like proper buzzed, and then I'd just have like drops. Like drinking too much coffee. And I'm not a fan of vodka nowadays, to be honest. I'm a whiskey man or a bourbon man. I don't mind a bit of gin, like Red Bull. Yeah, I know it's like Red Bull, but Monsters have got like different flavours and stuff as well, haven't they? Red Bull's just like one flavour, isn't it, really? I don't like any energy drink, to be honest. I think it's all full of crap. Like, it's not good for you. You're better off drinking some natural fruit juice or something that's got sugars in. I drink apple juice a lot. Apple juice is good for you. Proper stuff, not like man made stuff. Actual juice. What's been going down then? What's the latest news? Anyone got any like apples? How do you like them apples? Anyone got any news for me? Anything interesting? Any weird facts that they've heard lately? I like apple juice, but in cider form. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of cider. In the summer, I drink cider. I don't mind a bit of cider in the summer. I can't drink too much though. Something like a nice Thatcher's or something like that. Thatcher's Gold, or yeah, Thatcher's Gold's quite nice. Scrumpy Jack. That's old school. That is. That's like Southwest Hobbit drink. That is Scrumpy Jack. The worst one was White Lightning. Remember that? That used to be the go-to drink when I was homeless. White Lightning, cheap cider. Used to buy it in fuck off good bottles like that for about £2. 2020, yeah, £2, right? Back in my day, for £2, which is just under like $1.50, you could buy a massive fucking litre bottle of White Lightning. Mad frog, mad dog, mad frog. All right, there's a cider. If you like cider and you want to try something really fucking lethal, oh yeah, mad dog. I've heard of that. There's one called Black Rat, right? The Black Rat. That is some strong shit. I've had some of that Black Rat cider. White Lightning and Thunderbirds. Yeah. When I was a kid, when I was like a little kid, it's like I spent most of my teenage years away, as most of you know. But when I was a little kid, probably about 10, 11, we used to go to the park, right? We'd always get some old like homeless guy or some old man even to go and buy us some beer. We'd just hang around outside the shops. And one of our mates, he had a beard anyway. He was like 12, 13, and he already had a beard growing. So he used to buy fags. And we used to go around the local park at night, and there was like a little wooded area, and we had like a bonfire. Have you ever watched it was like a kids program, I can't think of what it's called now. Saw it years ago. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Have you ever watched that? Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's like a sort of Goosebumps type thing, right? I think it was on like Nickelodeon or something like that. One of my mate's kids used to watch it a lot, and I used to find it quite interesting. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Well, we had a little place like that, like a campfire with logs around it, and we'd all tell shit stories, basically. Get drunk, tell shit stories. We almost set the woods on fire one night because near the fire, where we had this big bonfire, there was the log that we sat on, and this log was old and dead. And we made the fire so big one night. The what do you call it? The canopy, right, of the trees above us. They started. They still make Vimto. Yeah, I drink Vimto actually. I bought some of that the other day. I like a bit of Vimmel's toe. Right. Yeah, but we had this bonfire going, right? Imagine this scene, right? It's like a dark little woodland, got a clearing. There's probably about 8 or 9 of us, right? Bunch of punks, right? Just hanging about. I sat on this log. We got Bjorn stoking the fire, chucking any massive fucking log he can find, because he's a pyromaniac. Once there's a fire going, you don't need to get involved because Bjorn will just burn everything in sight, right? He made the fire so big that the trees above us, like where the leaves were, the flames were so hot that you could see the leaves on the trees above us, like singeing away, like a fag end, like red ash, right? The the, the leaves were just burning away from above us because the heat going up from the fire. And then Vimto or Ribena squash with water. Ribena's alright as well. I probably prefer Vimto to Ribena if I had to choose. Fucking Adolf's out there barking. Yeah. But yeah, we set this, the fire was so hot, it started setting the trees on fire, and the log we were sitting on. We managed to put it out just about in the end, but it was a panic, right? We almost started a forest fire. In fact, we had to get out of there because we could hear sirens in the distance, and I think the fire brigade came in. Try it with hot water from the kettle. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I've had Ribena, like warm Ribena, when I was ill before, when I had a cold, like a lemsip type thing. I genuinely want to thank you lot though for like watching and interacting. You mean a lot to me, you beautiful lot. Where would I be without you, eh? Probably somewhere, but not here. Not sat on a computer talking. At one point in my life, I wanted to leave England. Probably when I was about 26, 27. I had a mad idea, right? That was a long time ago now. I wanted to just wander around the world. I thought, yeah, I'll just travel and see where. I didn't have much money at the time. I just thought, what I'll do is I'll buy a really good backpack, kit it out with loads of stuff, take a good tent and stuff like that, and just walk and see where I end up. Swim across the sea to France, then get on the continent, walk around, getting into adventures. That was my dream in my mid-20s. I didn't have any goals. Like I just wanted to wander the earth, like Jules from Pulp Fiction. When I was really little, and my teacher in school, we had to do this thing. It was like an exercise where we all had to write what we wanted to be when we grew up, right? And you had people writing like, "Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a policeman. I want to, all the basic jobs, right?" Was watching Shane and Ethan, but always happy to pop in and see what Johnny's up to. Thank you, mate. I ain't bothered. I won't be offended if you want to go and watch Shane and Ethan. I prefer you watched John Malin, if anyone. But if you want to watch Shane and Ethan, I don't mind. I like Shane and Ethan. I'm a lot closer with Shane, like I talk to him a lot. But Ethan's cool occasionally. He's just like a big Eric Cartman, isn't he? He just has fun, really. But yeah, thanks for popping in. Yeah, when my teacher asked me what I wanted to be when I was older, they weren't too happy when I replied I wanted to be a pimp. They said, "What do you mean? Where did you hear that?" I said, "Well, I watched a film. And there was a pimp and he had loads of hoes, and I think I want to do that when I get older." And the teacher thought I was winding them up. I was being dead serious. I didn't realise a pimp was a bad thing. I was probably about 8 or 9. And I said, "I want to be a pimp. I want to have lots of hoes when I grow up and make lots of money." And the teacher went ballistic. I once toyed with the idea of moving to Barcelona, but even that once beautiful place to the street. Yeah, Barcelona's horrible. If you are, there are still some nice parts of Spain, mind you, but I wouldn't go to the main cities. You want to go near like Alicante, places like that, Alicante part of Spain. That's not too bad. Around there, up towards like Torrevieja, places like that. That's a nice part of Spain. I wouldn't go to the major cities. They're all ran by gypsies and Islamists now. Gypsy scammers, pickpockets and thieves. Gypsies, tramps and thieves. Even from the people in the town, they call them gypsies, tramps and thieves. And every night all the men would come around, lay their money down, ding, 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 ding. Bit of share for you there. Right. Thank you for tuning in. We've been going for 1 hour and 5 minutes so far. I'll try and push it to like 1.5 hours for you, alright? Just to like, because like, I spend a lot of time in the Costa Brava. It's all right, mostly expats. Yeah, the Costa Brava, that's a good place in Spain. More recently, I've been looking at up and coming places like Da Nang in Vietnam. I've heard Vietnam's nice as well. I think Shane's on Commandos this weekend. You're going to pop on, Jonny? I'd love to, mate. I'd love to pop on the Commandos, and I've told Pat lots, but I'm never available on Saturdays. It's a proper piss take. I work Saturdays all night, right through when the show starts, and I finish usually about half hour after they end, so I catch it just late. I did say to Carbon and Pat though, because they keep asking me to come on. I said if you can do it in the week one day, I'm usually more available in the weeks, like Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. They're more free days for me. Early week. I don't get weekends. I don't really get weekends to myself really. When I'm not working, I'm doing this or I'm spending time with family and friends and stuff like that. Bit different. It's like I've got a weird schedule. But yeah, I really like Shane. I got a lot of time for Shane. I interviewed him, as you know. I got there's a interview with him on my channel, and we get on very well. Shane's always been really sound to me, really kind. Talk to him a lot. I still do. We talk a lot. He's a nice guy, and I class him as he's in the top 5 Comicsgate artists of all time. I think. Like they say, he is the reader of Comicsgate. People say it's Ethan, but I think Shane's the leader. And Marlin's is general. Having a life on the weekends is a good thing. Having a life on the weekends is a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, true. At least I'm doing something, I guess. But I do miss coming on the Commandos sometimes. Because it's still a great show, don't get me wrong, for what they do. They're just a very different format now than how I used to run it. My version of the Commandos was a little bit more of a Jack show type feel with a bit of promotion thrown in. And I think they do it a bit more serious than I was doing it, which is all good. It's all good. It's good for Comicsgate, but it's not like I like less serious shows. You know me. I like a bit of a laugh. You know what I mean. But I'd still come on. Shane also has little time for all the YouTuber chances. He has, yeah. He don't even know Dark Gift is. So yeah, he's got that's what I like about Shane. He's honest. He don't beat around the bush. Do you remember that? Remember that on there was a show when Ethan was trying to big up Dark Gift to him, and he said, "I don't even know who that is." Basically, like these people are below me, and that's what I've been trying to say to people. Like these people are nothing. Shane's brilliant. Shane's amazing. He's like me. He's nuts. He's got a split personality. I love Mange. Mange is one of the greatest creations of 2025, I think, in the world. Yeah, beneath contempt. Well, they're pretty much dead now, aren't they? That's why Anthony had to go over to the CG Church because no one likes him in his own camp anymore. He even pissed off people like Matt Barr, didn't he? Fucking hell. Even Matt Barr don't want to hang around with him. How low is that? You may as well end your life, ain't you? If Matt Barr thinks you're too crap to hang around with. The slums are beneath contempt. And don't get me wrong, I despise Matt Barr. We're like mortal enemies. But I can understand why he wouldn't like Dark Gift. Because at least Matt Barr's honest. If Matt Barr's pissy with you and I say something about him, he'll come out in public on my status and he'll go, Johnny Scab, you fuck. Why did you say that about me? And he'll have a proper rant, right? Someone like Dark Gift don't do that, no. He just worms away and slimes into the little kids' ears to get them to like hate you more. You don't want to look like a villain, you see. But his game's up now. Look at him. I mean, he's hanging around with people like the Wheelers and stuff like that. How low can you go? Oh, how the mighty, how far the mighty have fallen. But yeah, as I was saying earlier in the show, very earlier, life is looking up, right? I'm on the way. I'm trying to get my computer sorted as well soon, and I've got some new live stream ideas, a few projects I'm working on. So yeah, thank you for all tuning in tonight. 6 here, the chosen 6, my holy number, number of the beast. Did any of you notice? Did any of you notice what I'm wearing tonight? Look, he's a Saint Christopher, right? Shepherd of the lost, right? Just to bring me good luck. Silver as well. I've had this a long time. Very important. Church is just as bad. I don't want to sound big-headed, right? Because I know I am. I come across very big-headed a lot and arrogant. But I'm going to say it now. All of these things I predicted, right? You look back to the very first Mail-in Mysteries. I was predicting shit before it even happened. Most things I put in Mail-in Mysteries happened like 2 or 3 weeks later. I prophesized it all. I can see right through people because I'm not part of your community, because I'm not actually part of Comicsgate, like properly. I have the outsider's perspective, you see, and I've dealt with crazy communities before. I was involved very deeply with the real life superhero online community. They're real as well. They go out and do weird shit, but they've got an online community where they chat and live stream. And I'm used to seeing insane people and how they operate. Grifters, mental people. So when someone's dodgy in your community, they stand out like a glowing light to me. And then everyone thinks I'm mad because I'm having a go at them and saying, watch out for him. He's going to do you over. And they're like, oh, don't worry about Johnny. We can all be friends in Comicsgate. Everyone's welcome. Leave him alone. Chill out. Just have a laugh. And then what happens? Everything fucks up because you didn't listen to Uncle John. They'll learn eventually. I just watched an old Elvis concert from Vegas in 1970. Oh, I love a bit of the King. I love the King. I love Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis. I really loved Jerry Lee Lewis growing up. I used to try and learn the piano so I could be like him. I wanted to like, do you know when he gets on the piano and starts going, like standing up, playing? I wanted to be able to do that so bad. That was like a dream of mine. So you could start off just, I just wanted to be able to be so good on a piano that I could just walk in. Because in England, right, in Britain, a lot of old pubs, they've just got a piano in there, right, up against the wall. And I just wanted to be able to walk in, sit down at the piano and just bust out some Jerry Lee Lewis shit. I would have loved that. He was amazing. Elton John's idols. Yeah, I should imagine he was. An amazing pianist. I worked with Elton for a bit. I was one of his roadies. We ended on bad terms, but we did get on to start with. He was actually a nice guy to start with. But I can't really blame him because I broke one of his pianos and it was worth a lot of money. So I would have been pissy if I was Elton as well. So it was kind of my fault. I was just lucky he didn't make me pay for it. Basilisk. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wind the show down now. Not in a Comics Gate Commandos way where I say I'm going to wind it down then just turn it off. That was my style, wasn't it, on Comics Gate Commanders? Right, I'm going to start ending the show now. Bye. Like that. Quinlan used to take the piss out of me for it. But yeah, I hope you tune into my. I'm aiming to have my next scab report done in about a week or two, and it'll be probably be around just under an hour. Have a good weekend, everyone, and you, Born of Pirates. Much love. Cheers, all. Thanks, Samba. Right, people are going. I might give you another live soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But I am going to be bringing a lot of stuff out on the channel soon. All right, I'm working on stuff, so stay tuned. And remember, Johnny's always watching. So be on your best behaviours. Do you like my Sherlock Holmes glass? It's quite cool actually. Look, you can do that. It comes apart and put it in a little kit. It's good. It's good for when I'm an old man. I've bought it really for when I'm old, right? Keeping eyes peeled, yeah. I bought it for when I'm old, so like I could just sit down in public somewhere and just whip out my magnifying glass and start looking at the paper like that. It's an investment. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. As always, you've been amazing. I am Johnny Octavius Scab, and I wish you all farewell, and I will catch you soon. Thank you for watching. Please give it a like, a share, and I will catch you soon. Much love, people. Much love. Stay blessed. Adios.